What's up, everybody? Happy Good Friday. Welcome to the Deal Desk, where I call your leads live. If you want me to call your leads, head over to the reitoolbox.com. Go ahead and submit your leads for me to call live. Or if you're in the community, you have exclusive access for me to call your leads first. So we're going to jump right into it today. All right. Let's go to the first lead we have here. What do we have? Man, we got a lot of good leads here. All right, so here's one in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. All right, looks like it needs some work. Is this a Zillow listing? It looks like it is. Okay. Now, for those of you that are new, even though Zillow is a great way to generate free leads, there's pros and cons to that. All right, there's pros and cons to that. So let me see if I could pull this up here. The ceiling of what you can market is always 5 to 10, really 10 to 15 than what it's listed at. Okay. So I'll show you what I mean. So this property, it is listed for sale by owner on Zillow, but on Zillow, they're asking 149. So what do I mean by that's the ceiling? Well, you can get under contract less than that, but you can't market at or close to what it's being marketed at. Otherwise, what's the point of you sending it out when the buyer can just contact the person directly? Okay, so always make sure when properties are actively being marketed for sale by owner and you lock it up, you have to remarket it. I like going $15,000 to $20,000 less. All right, so like let's say this property is listed at 149. All right, you're gonna have to market it at least around 129. So that means you have to be around 119. Now, this is just an example. I don't know what the numbers are on this. It looks like, what is this? Let's take a look. It's interesting. It looks like the outsides needs a little bit of work. On the description says, looking for the perfect home in Brookline. Violin Street is a spacious 2250 home, blah, blah, blah. Interesting description. Looks like they just copy and pasted this from ChatGPT because there's a lot of question mark characters, which is strange, but I don't know if this is the homeowner or not. But let's find out. All right. Did you speak with this person already? Needs some work. All right. It says needs some work, foundation damage, broken chimney, mold remediation. 149. Rose is 76 years old. She currently lives in Florida and she doesn't want to deal with tenants. Okay. I paid a photographer to take great pictures of the roof, basement, floor, and ceiling, and new hot water heater and furnace have been installed. All right, great. So, the seller's a little bit older. She doesn't want to deal with the tenants. If this is tenant occupied, I want to find out how the tenants are, right? Are they good tenants? Are they bad tenants? Do they pay on time? All right. So let's give them a call and let's see if they pick up the phone here. Anytime a property has tenants, remember the tenants can make things easier or harder for you. Okay? And what I mean by that is that if they have a bad relationship with the seller, do you think they're going to make things easy for the seller? Probably not. If they have a good relationship with the seller, they're going to want to make sure that that the tenants are taken care of. Okay, so always pay attention to the relationship with the tenants and the landlord. All right, let's see if I could pull this up. I'm gonna go ahead and call this this lady Rose. All right, here we go. Full bathroom. It's been on here for 29 days.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person.
More time. Has a little bit of interest. I wouldn't say it's like a whole bunch, but it's worth giving him a call. And let me see what the comps look like while it's ringing.
Hello.
Hi, Rose.
Yes.
Hi, Rose. My name is Steven. I think you spoke with my partner a while back about your property over there on Vineland Street. Are you still looking?
Yeah, you'll have to call me later. Yeah, it's still available. I didn't give it to anyone still. I had offers, but nothing I liked. So call me a little bit later. I'm in the middle of something and I can talk.
Sure. What time?
In the afternoon sometime.
What's
Thank
that?
you. Bye.
What she said. I know she said a little bit later. I didn't understand what she said after that. But I'm looking at these comps. I mean, this property is it's a big house, 2250 square feet. There is some activity here. The problem is these houses are selling for around. I mean, here's one that's almost 2,000 square feet, sold for $60,000. It could be a good rental property if the tenants are cooperative, they pay on time. But man, yeah, there's like it's tough. I mean, let me see. Here's one for 67. All right. The most comparable one sold in October for sold for 67,000, and it was a landlord. Okay. All right. Anyway, she's busy, so it's not going to be it's not, we can't do anything. You're going to have to follow up. All right, let's go to the next one. So that was Rose. Make sure you give her a call back. It is still available. Okay. The next one is in Westchester, Pennsylvania. All right. Let's take a look at this one. Westchester, Pennsylvania. All right. So this looks like it's in great shape. And I wonder why they want to sell it. Let me see. All right, here's a property. This is great shape. What's the story behind this one? The seller said that the property is good condition and the basement was just done recently. They're asking $430,000. He's selling the property to move to a different house and he's open to hear some offers. My assistant spoke to the seller and got all the information. I have not spoken to the seller yet, and I went through underwriting for the ARV repair costs, MAO on a real elite. I forgot to mention, there's a lot of good notes here. I forgot to mention my previous form that I submitted. Also went to underwriting. Oh, that's the one I just called Vineland. All right, no problem. All right, so this person's asking $430,000. Okay. That is exactly what it's probably worth. It is not for sale by owner. That's fine. Now, remember, for those of you guys that are cold calling these leads, whether it's you or maybe you have a virtual assistant or just somebody calling, helping you out, the biggest thing that they should be focusing on is identifying good opportunities. What is a good opportunity? A good opportunity is somebody that wants to sell and needs to sell. Everybody you speak with, they will sell if they get a very, very high price, if they weren't intentionally looking to sell. If they need to sell, that's a different story. Okay, now, according to this person's relocating. This house is in excellent shape. Look, it's got a gym. All right, that's great. So let's give him a call and see, what the options are, because from what I see here, the house is in good shape. There's not much value we can. I mean, look at the kitchen. Does it have pictures of the bathroom here? It does. So this is in good shape. All right, let's call this number here. Let's see. Westchester. All right. 1 second. Perfect. This is a town.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach.
Condos or townhouses, you can't look at detached single family houses. It's a completely different property type. So you have to look at, compare apples to apples. The category on PropStream and all that stuff. Condos. And when you're looking at those, also make sure that you stay within, go outside of it. So I only see one comp here. Oh, this is smaller.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person.
When you're looking at these condos, townhomes, and if you're looking in the same community, you have to stay within the same community, but you also want to find out if there's an HOA or any of those other things. All right, so that person didn't pick up. Let's go to the next one. Let me mark this one off. All right, so let me see here. A lot of Zillow leads. All right, a lot of Zillow leads. Nothing wrong with Zillow leads, but if you guys missed it, I did put in the community specific tags you can simply copy and paste where you're actually talking to houses that are ugly, ugly, ugly. Those are the ones that you want to be targeting. You don't really want to target these nice houses because there's not much value add, which can reflect on the price that they're going to sell at, right? So if you're looking at Zillow for sale by owner, I would not go after nice looking houses. Okay. This one in Turtlewood Court, I already called this one several times. She's just not motivated and she's asking a high price. All right, here's one in Fort Myers. All right, great. This is it's off market. There's only one. There's really no pictures of this. It's okay. All right, Fort Myers. What's the story of this one? What repairs are needed? Painting. Tired landlord. It has 2 houses, 1 bedroom and 2 bath for renting as per the owner, Miss Santiago. All right, let's give him a call. Tired. I think this number looks familiar on their Google. There's no comps around it. All right, on to the next one. They didn't pick up the phone. The next one, let's see. This is in Tampa, Florida, Virginia Avenue. Okay, perfect. Tampa, Florida, Virginia Avenue. All right, so this is a for sale by owner. It's a FSBO. It looks like in, I don't know, decent shape according to the photos. All right. The inside is in great shape. So why does this person want to sell? There is a bedroom that the seller, okay, so fair condition. There's a seller that has not provided. There's a bedroom that the seller has not provided, and I suspect it may need some rehab. Seller claims no rehab is needed. I said, that sounds great. Can you see me a picture of the room since you have listed 2 bedrooms here? They're asking $260. All right. I've asked 3 times and he has refused to answer this question. How much, the reason for selling. But he does answer other questions. He forgot which property I was asking about, and he wanted to know what listing I was talking about. I gave him the property address again. He will only communicate via text. He became confused when I did my 3rd follow-up requesting photos of the 2nd bedroom because a hallway photos look as there's unfinished room left in the kitchen. I also told him that I would like to communicate by phone. If he wants, he accepts my offer. My comps from really calculate as AVR 354, MAO 354 times 70% minus rehab 212. Good. So you did your homework. If somebody just wants to text, try to get them on the phone, but don't push too hard for it. Don't push too hard because you're actually pushing them away. All right. If they only want to do text, now I'm going to try to call them, but just keep that in mind. That'll actually hurt more than help if you try to, force them to get on the phone. They don't want to. We have to do it by phone. I've closed a few deals via text. It is a little bit harder because, you got to go through the script via text, but it takes a little bit of time. But let's see what they say. The house. There's not too many photos of it, but why they want to sell.
Hello?
Hi, good afternoon. My name's Steven. I saw your listing on Zillow. Are you still accepting offers for it? What's that? I saw your listing on Zillow. Are you still accepting offers for it?
Correct.
Okay. And I think you may have spoken with my partner, Marcia. Does that ring a bell? Hello? Hello?
Later.
Can you hear me okay? I think you're
Yeah, I'm in
you're
the
breaking
elevator.
out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm in the elevator.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you get out of it yet? I think she's still in there. If you can hear me, just let me know when. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I don't know if you heard what I said, but I think you spoke to my partner Marcia about the property in Virginia
No,
Avenue.
maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I had so many people contacting me. I lost track. So
Yeah.
I'm saying I had so many inquiries that I already lost track.
Oh, that's a good problem, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's up?
I just had a few questions about it. I mean, you have plenty of great photos here.
Mhm.
What's the age of the roof and the AC?
So there is no AC, but there is AC hookup. And the roof, I don't know. I never lived there, so it was a rental property.
Okay. And it's currently
Yeah.
tenant occupied. One of the
They're moving out very soon, so the apartment is gonna get professionally clean and painted.
Okay. And they're paying $1,500 a month, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you can probably turn more, fix it up a little. Yeah.
How is the electric and plumbing on the house?
It's good.
Okay.
I haven't had any issues. So
Okay.
they just redid the floors and subfloors.
Mhm.
That's it.
All right, great. And what kind of time frame are you looking to sell it?
I mean, no rush, my love. If you have an offer, please submit. Everybody has the same questions.
Yeah, why haven't you sold it yet? I think it's priced right. I think it's a good price.
It's on the way, so don't worry about it. I do real estate, so I don't need help.
Are you the owner of the property?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Was there maybe a good email that you wanted me to send you an offer at?
Yes, and if you're planning to send below, below ask, don't bother.
What's your name?
Maya, what's your name?
My name's Steven. I actually live in Tampa too. So you're getting a bunch of low ball offers, people calling you on this?
Yeah, a bunch of people calling me, and no, I'm not entertaining any bullshit offers. So,
Yeah.
let's don't waste no one's time.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh, why haven't you reply to my offer? I'm like, I'm not. I just block people.
Yeah. Okay. I guess the last question I had was if I can pay you full price, have you ever considered maybe seller financing the property?
No, thank you, my love. Only cash.
Just cash?
Just in the
No problem.
Yeah.
What's your best email? Right. MAYA. Uh-huh. Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
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 To mute the email there for a second. this she's very straightforward. Okay. She's very straightforward. You know, I originally thought this was actually a decent price, but the thing is, it's been listed for about 2 months. There's only 22 saves. I am looking at comps here. I mean, she's like right there, but she's getting blown up. I think, one of the things that happens a lot is you call people and they've already been lowballed and they just get sick and tired of everybody. So I'm assuming she's not even negotiable. She's pretty firm at that price. I think what you need to do is email her like a letter of intent. She just wants cash, but she's asking too much. So I think the property is just going to sit there. Okay, so I would check in with her in about a month. This house isn't going to move at the price it's at. I think it's probably worth around, now that I see, probably around 180, 190. She's asking 250, and it's been there for 2 months, and there's not much activity because the saves are less than the days on Zillow. So that's just going to sit there. All right. I don't think she's super motivated either. She's willing to wait, so she's not motivated. It is in a very good area, though. It's in a pretty good area. Actually, it may make more sense as a new construction play. This is actually a really good part of Tampa. It's close to Armature Works. If you're not familiar with that, look it up. It's a pretty good location. All right. Let's go to the next one. Let's see. So, refusing to give her name. Okay. Looks like when you spoke with her, it probably went a little rough, but that's okay. Not everybody's going to be a good fit. I was talking to the community about this, is that when you get properties under contract, not all of them are going to close. And sometimes you have to be okay with understanding that the person's not going to be a good fit. Not everybody you speak with is going to be a motivated seller and they're going to be one to sell quick and all that stuff. But it's so important to keep the pipeline full, because if for whatever reason the deal doesn't close or the person says no, you have to have more people to speak with. All right. So it is crucial that you keep your pipeline full. All right, let's go to the next one. This is in Port Orange, Florida. All right. Port Orange, Florida. This one looks very familiar too. I think we spoke. Yeah, this is in a community. So this is a co-op community. This isn't going to work. So this is a no. That means they don't own the land. Okay. There is a few. This is in Jacksonville. What is this here? This is a 3-home bundle. Okay. That sounds good. 3-home bundle. All right. Are these all next to each other? I can't tell. Those are good. Anybody that owns more than one property, I call those whales, and it could be great for you because it could be back to back to back business. I want to see what areas these are in. I just see, you know, there's actually a house on here. All right. So first let's find out which ones it is. All right, what's the details? So this one, complete rehab needed. This is a 3-home bundle. It is 1 house by water and 2 mobile homes with land, outdated. Okay. Asking price, the best offer he has to date was $390,000. Wants to net at least $245, owes $144. Okay. Is this for all of them together? Reason for selling, wants a bigger house and is a tired landlord of the other 2 mobile homes. He wants to move on. Currently has 1 house by the water, an outdated gazebo in the back. The other 2 mobile homes are income properties that have month-to-month tenants. He will let them know when to vacate the property after it's sold. He also owns land on the other 2 mobile homes. He agreed to have visitors come see his house. But if you want to see the 2 mobile homes, you can see the outside but not inside because the tenants are unaware that he is selling. Currently, he is price shopping. The best deal he had received to date was $390 for the 3 homes. This sounds great. He's looking in that. Okay. So why hasn't he accepted that yet? I mean, just from you know, anytime somebody says I have a good offer at this or the highest offer I have, well, why haven't you accepted that offer? Maybe he did. I don't know. So I'm gonna call him now just to get a better understanding. Mobile homes are a little bit different. Like the year built is important, the insurance is important. Let's give him a call and see if he picks up the phone. His name, Mr. Smith. All right, let me. Okay, so I think these are the mobile homes. These are.
Please leave your message for 904.
Guess he owns a jewelry repair store because that's what it shows on his Google phone number. Let me look up this other property. One is by the water. I don't. Here.
Please leave your message for 904.
Sure. Whenever you call this lead back, I mean, 390 sounds like a great offer, by the way. Just, you know, just by checking the area out, 390. I mean, that's not bad. So call him back, ask him, hey, I know when we last spoke, you had an offer for 390. That's a great offer. Why haven't you accepted that yet? You know, that's one of the first things you have to do to shut the person down because there's a reason. You want to find out the reason, and they might accept it. But typically when they say that, well, I do plan on accepting it, but I'm trying to see what other offers I can get, they're just trying to create a bidding war. You do not want to get in this bidding war. Like, your price is your price. If you try to always beat the other offers, you're showing that you're negotiable and you're vulnerable, right? Now, if it makes sense, you want to say, well, if I can match or beat that, right? Is this something that, you know, you would entertain, you know? So it all depends on the comps. So these comps aren't really 390. I think that's way too much. Way too much. All right, Melbourne, Florida. All right, Highland Avenue in Melbourne, Florida. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this says pending. 20 days, 26 saves. So pending means under contract. So remember, anytime a property is pending or under contract, it doesn't mean that it's always going to close. I made an offer to somebody I posted this about this on my Instagram. I made an offer to this agent. Let's see. I made an offer last month, and she messaged, and it was under contract. She messaged me yesterday, about a month later, saying that the property's back on the market. And I want to find out a little bit more information, what went wrong, because that's going to give me some information, maybe the condition. You always want to ask that. If a property doesn't close, you want to try to gather as much information as possible as to why it didn't close. Some people may not want to tell you, but you're going to have to try and get that because it could affect your offer. All right, so this is the property. All right, I mean, looks okay. What's the inside look like? All right. Interesting style. I mean, red. I mean, this kind of hurts my eyes looking at it. Wow. Okay. Look at that kitchen. All right. So what's the story with this one? This house needs some updating and some medium rehab. It appears to have wild red. It appears to have wild red cabinets in the kitchen. The wood panel makes the room look funny. The blue and gray could be improved with white paint. All right, they're asking $270. A reason for selling. It needs a lot of work. Okay. Well, let's see what they say. Mr. I'm just gonna call him David. His last name is too complex. Let's give David a call. See if he picks up the phone.
This is David at Elite Real Estate.
Hello.
Hello, this is David at Elite.
Hey, David. I was calling about a listing you had on Highland Avenue. Are you guys still accepting offers? I've noticed it's pending.
No, well, it's a cash deal. It's supposed to close next week, and I don't. We really, we got a deal. It's basically a done deal, as far as I can tell.
That's great. What day next week are you expecting it to close?
I think probably Friday. Why'd you ask?
Okay. I'll call Friday. If it doesn't close, I'd like to be next in line.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a holler. Sure. But it shouldn't close, but you might send me an email if you got my email.
Let me see. I don't have it. What's your best email?
Yeah.
All right.
So as you might well know,
Yeah.
till it closes, anything can happen. But if something happens, I'll give you a call.
Do you have any more in this area?
No, that's all I got. That was an old customer of mine.
Oh,
I
nice.
sold them that house way back when the market crashed back in 2010.
Did he paint those cabinets himself?
I don't know.
Okay, I was just curious.
You know,
All right, no
that house,
problem.
a lot of the value in that house is a zoning, which is C1, which is commercial residential.
Yeah, it's a good area. Okay, great.
It's
Well,
just an old house. Okay, very good. Let me know, and I'll give you a holler if something happens.
Thank you. Bye.
Yes, sir. Bye bye.
Call him back Friday. See if it closes. You always wish him the best. Let's go next one. This one is in Pennsylvania, in Freemansburg, Pennsylvania. Oh, this is in the middle of nowhere. Holy smokes! I hear 79 days on Zillow. Even if you're looking at FSBOs, you guys have to try and find stuff that is 30 minutes from a major city, or just in an area that has a decent population. Let me just double check this, because this doesn't look like, I'm always very careful with these, because I've gotten these before and I thought it was a great deal, and then it wouldn't even move because there's just not enough people that even live in the town in the first place. So you could be spinning your wheels with these. So just be careful when you're looking at these. But this is the house. It looks good. So what's the story with this one? Complete rehab needed. This is a full gut. Doesn't look too bad. Seller cannot rehab the property. Seller is now getting help with selling his home. I spoke with Talia. The home was built in 1900. Am I looking at the right address? Let me just make sure. Yeah, this is the right address. All right. Well, let's give him a call. Spoke with Talia. Okay, so Talia is the contact person. Seller requesting offer to be given to Talia. So, who is Talia? How is she related to the homeowner? Maybe they're just helping them out. I don't know. But you want to be careful when you're sending any kind of contracts to people that aren't the owners. You always want to verify that, because there are scams out there, and you got to be careful. And you want to protect the homeowner too. All right, let's call this person.
This call will be recorded for quality assurance.
On this.
Thank you for your call. Please leave a message.
All right, back.
This call will be recorded for quality assurance. Thank you for your call. Please leave a
On to the next one. All right, the next one is Cocoa, Florida. Cocoa, Florida. Hey, when you call that seller back, just, if you guys aren't ever talking to the decision maker, you don't need to go too in depth about the negotiation part. You do want to, collect information, but you have to be careful. Who's calling back? Who's this? Let me see. Hello?
Hi, yes, good afternoon. I was returning your call.
Oh, is this Talia?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I was just calling you. I think my partner may have spoken with you about your property on Market Street.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
We are no longer handling that property.
Oh, are you an agent?
No, but we were handling the seller's property. However, we're no longer handling that property.
Okay. Do you know who I have to speak with? Who I can speak with?
No, I'm sorry.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
Of course, thank you. Have a great day.
I noticed this property is actually listed with Deborah. So maybe the listing didn't work out with them. I mean, probably because it's going to be tough to sell. It's going to be it's in a rural area. There's not much going on around here. Okay. And anytime you talk to people, negotiate with people, it doesn't really matter the price you get it at. It would still be tough to sell. All right. Where was I at? Oh, Cocoa, Florida. All right, cool. So let's see what we got here. This one looks familiar. I think I maybe spoke with these people before. All right, so this is Jackson Street in Cocoa, Florida. Looks like it's for sale by owner. Okay. All right. So what's the story with this? Let me see. Oh, I remember this. Didn't I speak with this guy? I don't know if they answered the phone or not. Yeah, I remember this guy. All right, let's call him back. Don't remember I spoke with him, but needs a heavy rehab. Oh, hold on a second. He's asking 124. That's right. Needs work. So this thing has been on here for 186 days. All right, so how did the conversation go? Needs a heavy rehab, all of the rooms to make it more livable. He has so much trash and clutter that it covers the poor condition. But when I magnify the pictures, it looks like it needs more than fresh paint. 100 plus days. Only, let me see. He does not like to talk on the phone. Okay, so you texted him an offer, texted him $89,000 as an offer, and asked when he could move, plan on moving. He did not respond to my offer this time, but he finally told his name is Steve. He recently posted the increase in price at 125. It was 120. Well, I already know that's too high. Let me see if I can get this gentleman on the phone. You know, when people are asking a high price, I want to hear them. I want to ask them questions and say, hey, I notice this is at 125 now. Just out of curiosity, how did you get to that number? Because I'm not seeing anything in the area at that price in this condition. Let them educate you, right? Or at least make them think that they're educating you. And then the best way to respond is, let's take a look at the comps. Hmm.
Three, two, one, three, six.
All right. Let's call him back one more time. Coco.
Three, two, one,
Sir,
three.
asking too much. Yeah, this is I see a couple comps here. Hold on a second. Oh, that's a different neighborhood. It's crazy. Like some parts of Florida, when you're looking at the comps, this is why it's so important to stay as close as possible, because some areas the numbers may make sense, and then when you start looking at that neighborhood, all the properties here built is different. They look different. The community is different. It could be a completely different area, and that's why I really don't like crossing major roads, highways, bodies of water, anything like that. I try to be as conservative as possible when it comes to these things, because sometimes these comps will trick you. You have to be very conservative with these comps. So I actually try killing the deal. And if I can't kill the deal, then it's probably a good deal. All right. Let's see here. And if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I will get to them. I want to see if we have anything. All right. You have one on Waldorf Avenue, I see here. All right. Perfect. So this one's in Memphis, Tennessee. All right. So let's pull this one up. Memphis, Tennessee. This one is listed. Oh, this is really nice. I like this. Let's see what we can do here. Now it is listed, so you do want to give an offer range, get some information that's not on the listing. But let's see. So this is the kind of stuff we like here. Boarded up, ugly, and the neighbor's house too, looks like, right? So I think this is the neighbor's house right here. All right, we like this stuff. All right. So what's the story with this one? Full reno as is cash sale, blah blah blah. Okay. Okay. So the listing says as is cash sale, perfect for an investor, properties ready for facelift. Property has a previous 30-year shingle roof, still has life. What? Shingle roof? A 30-year-old shingle roof still has life. It's probably hanging by a thread because this house, is this fire damage? I don't know. Anyways, okay, vinyl siding needs electric. 116 days with only 6 saves. That's the kind of stuff that I don't really like. Okay. Yeah, there's no interest on this. What's this listed at? They're asking 42. All right. So let's just call the agent, Tara here. Oh, that's interesting. So this is a Memphis listing, but this phone number here is a Tampa Bay number. Okay. Well, actually, I think that's the office number. Let me call the number that you submitted first. See if they pick up on that one because it's a different number than the listing. This thing's rough. I mean, I don't know the comps yet. I'm going to start running comps on it while it rings. Asking a realistic price.
Hello, this is Tara.
Hey, Tara. My name's Steven. I saw your listing on Waldorf Avenue. I think you spoke with my partner, Lena. Are you still accepting
Yes.
offers for it?
Yes.
Okay, great. Did I catch you at a good time? I just had a few questions about it.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm headed to a closing. I was telling them I could talk now. I'm
Okay,
headed to a closing, but I can talk right now.
perfect.
Mhm.
That roof is 30 years old. Does it have any leaks on the inside? It's pretty old.
There are no leaks on the inside. It's 30 years old, but I was saying it's like he said it's got like 15 years of life on it. So it's it's a 30-year shingle. It's a 30-year shingle. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? When they put it on, it'll last 30 years. But it's about 15 years of life on it.
Got it. Okay. And what's the square footage on this property? I'm having a hard time finding that.
Oh.
Let me see if I can pull up the tax records. So it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Oh, I found, it says 1,015 square feet. Does that sound about right?
Let me look at what it says on my on here. 1 second.
Guys, these comps are like 20,000. So we got to be at like 10,000. Let me see if I can, just looking at some comps here.
Hold on.
Oh, take your time.
While I'm looking at this, you can still ask questions.
Okay. No, I'm just looking at the pictures here. Was there any ever like fire damage on it?
No,
Okay. Just needs work. How's the electric and plumbing on it?
there is no electric in the plumbing. It's down to the studs on the inside.
Oh, wow. Okay. What do you
It's
think?
a full rehab.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think would be the best price the seller would do if I can just pay cash and close quickly?
I don't know. It just depends on what you want to offer. I took the price down to 42. He said, I told him it was too high at first when he first listed it. Probably down to the studs, you actually 64,000. That was just way too much. But he's done some work on the siding and stuff like that or whatever. And but it's but whatever my notes say on there, that's what's been done to it. But it just depends on what you want to offer, and we can see. Now I've had offers of like in the 20s, and he definitely said he wasn't accepting, anything like that.
Oh, yeah, that's where we'd probably be around that ballpark too. But if they're not considering that, I didn't want to waste anybody's time.
Yeah. No, he's not.
Yeah. Just needs too much. I'd probably be at 20, for whatever it's worth. I could check in with you in about 30 days. Hopefully it sells, but we'd be at 20.
Okay.
All right. And my name's
Okay.
Steven.
All right,
Thank you.
Steven. Okay, I'll let him know. Thank you.
Perfect.
Bye bye.
So the best comp, let me see. So this is actually right down the street. This is, I mean, it's really the only comp. The other ones are a little far. Here's another one actually. Hold on a second. This one's closer, but you're crossing a major road. I'm trying to stay in the neighborhood. And yeah, that the best comp. So they bought it for 29. They flipped it for 99,200, and it's everything's similar. Yeah, 20. It's better to get, give a good offer than a bad contract, right? So I think at 20 for this would make sense. I mean, this thing just needs everything. And check in every 30 days. I can almost promise you that if you check in with this person, once he gets beat up on price, he gets all these offers at 20, because realistically, this is not worth 40. But the agent can only do so much, right? She can only do so much. All right, let's go to the next one. Keep bringing the leads. Drop any questions you may have. The next one is, we have New York. New York. Complete rehab needed. I love those. What's this look like? Oh, wow. All right. Anything with blue tarps is great. Anything with blue tarps is great. So let's take a look at this one. This is I see the potential, but I also see how much work it needs here. But that's good. All right, so this is a property right here. It's got a blue tarp, which is great. So what's the story with this one? So complete rehab needed, full gut. Reason for selling, financial reasons. Price dropped by 46,000 in the last 30 days. I received this lead from an agent. That's great. And it's off market. So it looks like they may have sent you something. All right, so that's great. Okay, so let's call. So is this the agent, Eric? I'll find out. All right, because I have to say your name. Okay, so Sam, you submitted this. All right, so let's call Eric. So what is the price? Oh, 895. I don't see any zeros after that, but I'm assuming it's not $895, probably 895,000. Let's give them a call and see if they pick up, and then I'll start running comps on this. I don't know if that's too high. I have a feeling it's high, but let's get some more information. I see it here. Sold for 520. Is ours on the water?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, my name's Steven. Is this Eric?
Who's this?
My name's Steven. I think you spoke to my partner Sam a while back about your property in Sequams Lane.
What would you like to know?
Yeah, are you still accepting offers for the property?
No, you know what is, unfortunately, I'm not. Some people say I'm on a list or something, but I'm not. But thank you, though. I appreciate it. Have a good day.
You're on the list? So I don't know what's going on with this. So you got this sent by your agent. I would call that agent and ask him a little bit more, because it sounds like this guy's not even interested in selling. And if he's asking $835,000, I see a comp that sold for $520, and it was actually flipped and sold for $835,000. So I think ours is worth a little bit more because it's like on a canal, but it's just too high. But first, find out if he's interested in selling. Okay, first find out if he's interested in selling. I don't know what went wrong there, but definitely reach out to the agent. All right, let's go to the next one. This one is in Fort Worth, Texas. Awesome. Fort Worth is a great market. There's some people crushing it out there that I know. All All right, so let's show you what this property, Fort Worth, Texas, Galveston Avenue. Okay, I think this one's in a good area. It's a corner lot. Looks like there's new construction around it. All right, for sale by owner. Okay, so it's a FSBO, but they're asking pretty high. Let me see this. All right, hold on a second. What is going on in this area? All right. Well, that's okay. Here's the property. Okay. What's the story with it? Complete rehab needed. Rented for 20 years and no upgrades. They're asking 150. Property is in a trust. A real estate agent answered, Joseph Lehman, who was the property manager representing the trust, but it's not listed on the MLS. The property is close to a hospital. New condos are being built in the area. The property, though, of market is represented by an agent. I may skip trace. Okay, so numbers look good. All right, so it looks like it is a good area. You have new construction here. That's always a good sign. Okay. All right. So let's call Mr. Lehman. All right. Let's see. Repairs. Reason for selling premises, real estate, answer the phone. Okay, so did you just cold call this person? So it's in a trust. Well, let's find out. I don't want to spend too much time digging into that. Let's just call and see if they pick up the phone. And let's run some numbers by owner. There's not much information here. Zillow listing. So you need to pull MLS data. Luckily, PropStream has that data.
Thank you for calling. This is Joseph Lehman with Mid-South Real Estate.
I'm right back. I like his voicemail. I like his energy. Sounds like a nice. I'm running comps here. Oh, the price.
Thank you for calling. This is Joseph Lehman with Mid-South Real Estate.
Bit high. I'm looking at some MLS comps here. I do see one that sold for $280, and it's fully renovated. So pretty close. I think you got to be 130, 140, or like actually a little bit less than that because it's listed at 150. Remember, since it's Zillow for sale by owner, it's listed at 150, so we have to be significantly less than that when we market it. That means we have to market it around 120 or 130, so we got to be probably at 120, right? I think it's actually a good price, and it does have interest. Has 73 saves in 53 days. Okay, I mean, you're almost at 2 months. You have almost 3,000 views on it, which is good. All right. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. All right, cool. Let's answer a few questions. How do I submit a lead on the deal desk? I tried to submit one last week and it wasn't picked up. So you have to, if you're in the community, you have to submit it on the form. Okay, there's a specific form, and you have to attend these every Friday because some of these don't pick up. I'll call twice. I'll move on to the next one. I'll say the street name. So you have to recognize the address by the street name. I don't want to disclose the full address. Let's see here. Let's see. Let me just take a look at this. I mean, because some of these, the deal desk, all right. Yeah, actually, yours is right here. It's actually next. So you submitted yours in Huntsville, and that's actually the very next one right after this one. So I'll go ahead and call this one. This is in Park Lane, okay, in Huntsville, Alabama. So this is, you just asked about it, and I just pulled it up. So trust me, your leads are being called. There are a lot of leads. If you guys are in the community, you get your leads called first. But, this one on Park Lane Street, All right, who submitted this? Darla, you submitted this. So I'm assuming that's a person that asked the question. All right, let's call this one. This one's complete rehab needed. Let me pull it up real quick. It says pending 23 days. Man, this has a bunch of interest. This has a bunch of interest. It's another pending property. So doesn't mean it's closed, right? Just means that it's under contract. And, you know, based on my knowledge, if a property is listed, you know, less than 30 days, remember when it's pending, we don't know what it's under contract for. But if it's listed for, you know, if it's listed less than 30 days and it goes pending, they probably got close or at what it was listed for. Okay. So some of these people, you don't want to get into a bidding war and all that stuff, but just keep in mind that, you know, you have to be competitive with your offer. All right. So this is the property. It is pending. Complete rehab needed. Complete reno. Owner no longer wishes to do a rehab. Seller's name is Terry. Okay, so this is the agent. All right. Well, let's find out when it's scheduled to close, because that's when you want to follow up. And then I'll run some comps on it and see what I can come up with here. Now, remember, if you guys are in the private community, if you're in the private community, you get your leads called every day, Monday through Friday. Okay. Let's call this person right back. Drop questions. I'm about to answer some questions.
This is Terry King, the King Real Estate team at Remax Unlimited.
Okay. Let me take a quick look at these comps. Yeah, it's actually priced well. That's why it sold so quick. They probably got more than it's listed at. Let me see. I mean, there's even one right down the street that investor bought for 70, flipped it for 104. There's another one for 93. Okay, it's near an elementary school. Good area. All right, let's do some Q&A here. Let's see. Do we have to wait until Fridays to submit deals directly to Steven to have JV with them? No, you don't. You guys, if you have anything you want to JV, you just shoot me a message in the community. And the only thing I ask is that you are direct to seller, and obviously you have it in our contract. Or you know, if it's a lead you need help with, we can call. But you don't have to wait until Fridays. All right. All right, what questions we got? If you're checking for commitment and what to know if the seller can move forward today, if you get the okay on price, what if the seller says no? How do you handle that objection? So if they're ready to move forward today and you don't agree on price, they're really, I mean, the conversation kind of stops there. You want to negotiate further, right? Because one of the questions asked, hey, if we agree on a price that makes sense to both of us, is this something that you'd be, you know, what kind of time frame were you looking to sell, right? Where I really press in is when I'm asking if they're ready to move forward today is once the offer is accepted. I don't ask if they're ready to move forward today if the offer hasn't been accepted. And if you guys actually look at my YouTube channel, I actually uploaded a video on accepted offers and signed contracts last night. So make sure you check that out. But whenever I'm asking for a time frame from somebody, hey, if we can do X, Y, and Z, you know, if we get a price we can agree to, right? Is this something you already move forward with today? After the offer is accepted. The offer is not accepted. I simply want to ask them what time frame they're looking to sell. Okay? Because if you ask somebody if they're ready to move forward today without agreeing on a price, you're kind of moving too quickly for them. Okay? So remember, if we presented you with an offer that made sense to both of us, all right, or that you liked, when would you be ready to sell? That's how you want to ask that question. But I only ask them if they're ready to move forward today if we've agreed on price. Okay. What's up, guys? What's up? Can we buy estate sale? Absolutely. Yes, we can buy estate sale. Actually, one of my first deal was an estate sale. If a property, is an estate sale, go to the estate sale or call them and say, hey, are you selling the property? Okay. Let's see. How is the realtor paid if the as-is house is under the realtor? The seller will pay them, if it's listed with the seller, that the seller pays their commission. Okay. Investor-friendly agents are great. And by the way, guys, while I'm here, let me just show you a quick tip, because I see a lot of submissions coming from Zillow leads, and that works. All right, that does work. But I want to make sure that you have the best low-hanging fruit to speak with. All right, so I'm going to show you a quick tip here. Let me go to the keywords here. So when you go to more under Zillow, everybody knows, by now, the for sale by owner, 1 day or 7 days or whatever. But a lot of people don't take advantage of the keywords. Okay. And the keywords are great to make sure that you actually have better opportunity on Zillow. So let me show you what I'm talking about. All right. So I'm going to share my screen here real quick. All right. All right. So check this out. See if I can just show you this. All right. So let's go to Zillow.com. Let's put in Tampa. I always say Tampa. Let's go to for sale. Let's go to, I want to look at houses, multifamily, townhomes. And let's go to, now for this, I will select owner posted and agent posted, because it's all about the condition. And I'm going to go first to 1 day. I'm going to apply, remove the boundary. All right. Now, this is what I want to do. I'm going to click more. I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom right here. And these keywords right here, I'm going to copy and paste this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put this in the chat so you guys can save it for later. Oh, I missed a word here. Hold on. F. I forgot the F. All right. So you might want to copy this, and you're going to apply these here. Okay. Now, when I apply those keywords, notice how many properties went away. All right. So in Florida, there's 4 results that match my keywords. So notice how these properties aren't nice renovated properties. These are properties that need work. This looks fire damage. Okay. I want to be speaking with these people. And it was listed for 1 day. And it doesn't matter if as an agent or not, you make the offer. All right. I mean, there's a lot. This is how you guys want to focus on properties that are in good shape, but if they're in worse shape, that's even better. And I'm only going back 1 day. If I go back 7 days, we went from 11 to 26. And don't worry about this. This is sometimes these things will come up. But I mean, look at these. This is what I'm talking about right here. This is what, oh, this has a hole in the roof, huh? This is what I'm talking about. Got a tarpon from the garage. This is what I'm talking about. All these houses are ugly. If you do 5 offers a day on this in 1 month and you're only working Monday through Friday, that's 100 offers a month. You will get deals. You will get offers accepted. But these keywords are crucial, and you guys can do this in any state, right? So like Georgia, there's 19 of these, right? Alabama. What do we have in Alabama? There's 8. You can go state to state, okay? Man, if you guys don't have any leads, I would just focus on this today. I mean, one of these people are going to say yes, okay? One. Look at all these. I mean, look at this. Look at this thing. This is the kind of stuff that come up with the keywords. You think these people are going to be motivated to sell at a discount? Absolutely. Okay. It's going to be competitive if it's listed, and if you filter it, like let's say I go to Florida 7 days, but let's take off the agent. There's going to be a lot less. Okay. So when I use the keywords, I do like applying the agent because look at the difference. Just submit the offer to the agent and that's it. Okay. All right. Let me see here. All right. Darlene, you sent me one in the community. Let me see. You sent me like 3 or 4. Okay, so Indiana. Let me see here. Indiana. Did I call that one already? Let me check. Indiana. I don't see it submitted. Yeah, I don't see it submitted. I don't see one in Indiana. I do see one in Memphis. Oh, actually, that's the one I already called. I already called that one in Memphis. I don't see one in Indiana, though. Oh, you're talking about Gary. Hold on a second. Let me see. Is this the guy we spoke with yesterday? Let me just make sure. But anyways, that Zillow trick, guys, those keywords work. They work. You just have to give offers and offers and offers. And, some people, they feel like they're stuck, but in reality, you just have to make offers. That's all you got to do. All right. Let me see this one in Indiana real quick, Darlena. Let me see if I can, if I could find it here. Connecticut Street. All right. So this one is listed. Okay, this is a good one. Wow. All right, great. Let's call this one. So this has only been on here for 9 days. And it has 63 saves. There's a ton of interest on this. All right. So let's give this person a call. This is boarded up, vacant. It's the kind of stuff we like. All right. So this is the property. Let me go to the information here for Reno. Phone tag. I called him and he called me back. Excellent rehab opportunity. Make this bungalow your next rental, property, or build in form of glory. All right, perfect. Agent is Mr. Rashad. Let me give him a call, see if he picks up the phone. There's a ton of interest on here, so I'm assuming it's priced well. There's pictures of the inside, but it needs a full rehab. Gary, Indiana is tough. You're still buying there.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Whoa.
At the tone,
One of the comps for $500. Let me see. Let's call this guy back one more time. And I see one. What kind of condition was this in?
Hello?
Hey, Rashad?
Yep.
Hey, my name's Steven. I think you spoke to my partner, Darlene, about the property in Connecticut Street. Are you still accepting offers for it?
No, we actually accepted an offer last night.
Oh, okay. Is it under contract?
Yep.
Okay, great. When is it expected to close?
14 days. We have it's 14 days.
Okay.
It's a cash deal.
Got it. Okay, we'll check in 2 weeks. Hopefully it goes through. If it doesn't, we'd like to be next in line.
Okay, perfect. I'll keep you guys updated.
Hey, real quick, did it sell at asking? Full asking?
A little bit below.
Got it. All right, cool. Thank you.
No problem.
Bye. So it sold a little bit below. Check in 2 weeks. Okay. There's not much. I mean, there's not even really many comps on this. I see one comp that sold for $500, but it probably was in worse shape. Remember, when you're looking at these comps, just because they bought it lower doesn't mean that that's, your MAO. I think we could offer more than that. Let me take a look at PropStream comps here. It is a non-disclosure state, so you have to look at MLS. There's actually quite a few. Yeah, but it's very block by block in some areas. Kind of like Baltimore's very block by block. Somebody bought one for $13.20. And this native for rehab. Actually, this is in better shape. This one is in way better shape. Or wait, maybe that was rented. Yeah, there's no way that's sold for 30. That's probably a rental listing. Okay. All right, cool. How do you make offers on fire damage property? So if it's a fire damage property, I like approaching the seller with the expectation, depending on how much damage it has, that my intention is to make an offer based on land value. That doesn't always work with some people because sometimes it depends on the extent of the damage, right? Sometimes maybe it's just one side or maybe it's everything. Like if it's everything, I always go based off of land value. That's the best way. And then if they don't agree with that, I mean, I try to see, well, this is fire damage. What is your expectations to sell this at? Right? Because sometimes they'll even be asking more than land value, but that doesn't always mean they're going to drop because people always ask a lot higher. But I always start off with land value, and that usually works well. Okay. All right. You're welcome. Awesome. Great. Guys, have a happy Friday. Make sure you watch the YouTube video I uploaded last night if you want to learn more about offers and convert those offers into contracts, right? Accepted offers are great, but if you don't have a contract, it doesn't mean anything. Aim for 5 offers a day. Use the keywords I put here in the chat. Copy and paste those onto Zillow. Go back 7 days. Select owner posted and agent posted and make offers. You will get one accepted if you aim for 5 offers a day. That's 100 offers a month, Monday through Friday. All right, guys. Have a great weekend, guys. I'll see you next time. Take care.